Another team that I think really needs to be talked about in terms of the future, because it's very up in the air right now. Guatemala. It has to be talked about because, and I'm not saying this run was a fluke or anything. It was just a one-off run. I'm the wrong host on the channel to say that. If Andres was here, he'd be the one saying that. But we have one solid tournament to go off of, and it's almost similar to Canada's Copa America. And after that, we talk really highly of Canada. Does Guatemala? Are they now a big CONCACAF player? Should they be a team we're worried about now? Or do they have a really good next few years?
Well, they're definitely not as good as Guatemalans want them to be.
No.
I would say...
Or think they are.
Or think they are. I mean, they are a solid team, but they're not top 5 in CONCACAF.
No.
I would say that Canada, due to their players, where they are in their cycle, the squad, they haven't peaked yet. Because everybody's young to mid-20s. If you look at Guatemala, with the exception of Escobar, who won the Young Player of the Tournament award, which should it have gone to Peter Gonzalez of Dominican Republic? Probably, but I like Escobar. Sure.
Yeah.
So he's 18.
I'm not upset at the award giving.
I'm not upset at it. I'm really not upset. I do not think, for those who he's a Mexican simp, I don't think that, Mora should have gotten it. Absolutely not.
No.
I did get comments on my videos about that. No, he should not have been the young boy of the tournament. Good tournament, though. Two things can be true at the same time. I think Guatemala's peaking right now because most of their team is 29 to 30. So I would say the next Gold Cup, they got to be looking at, it sounds laughable, but they got to be we got to win it. That they should be looking to win the entire thing. And they should easily be looking at qualification this cycle and be like, all right, we're probably not going to win the group because we got Panama, but we can get second. And then they'll have to play somebody else and then intercontinental playoff. And who knows what happens then? I don't know what the matchup would be. I don't know about Guatemala's long-term future, but if we're going the next 5 years, I do think it will be a relative high for the national team. What do you think?
Yeah, good team. Very, I would say, underrated team. And no one... I don't fault personally us or anybody else who didn't give them credit before the Gold Cup because really you looked at them and they weren't doing that hot or it was nothing to write home about relative to other teams. They had that great Gold Cup and they look really good after. I struggle a little bit to say that they are now going to be this good every time. They played a home match essentially the whole Gold Cup, which was fantastic. And obviously, not to discredit their play on the pitch, but that helped a lot, right? They had players who were just lights out in form. You could say other teams just weren't as good as they should be. I hate saying that because it discredits Guatemala, but, Canada had that red card. USA are the current USA. Jamaica is just shit right now. Things like that. It's really hard for me to think that Guatemala is all of a sudden now a big player and should consider themselves really good.
Let's do a quick exercise. Is Guatemala, I love to do, I'm a basketball fan, so let's do NBA.
Absolutely.
If Guatemala plays, all right, so we're just immediately going to say they're not better than the United States. Immediately Mexico. I'm sorry if you're making any argument. Let's go Canada because they beat Canada on penalties. If they play an NBA best of 7 against Canada, who wins?
Canada. I think Canada.
Yeah, Canada in 6 probably.
Canada had that. Yeah, Canada had a great first half up until they were getting pissed off and had that red card. They were taking it to Guatemala, and if they'd never gotten that red card, they would have I think it's a 3-0 win when it was all said and done.
I agree. So maybe it's even Canada in 5. I don't think they sweep. I do think they would probably drop one in Guatemala City. Yeah. But let's go to Panama. Do they beat Panama in best of 7?
Oh man. That's really hard because
you think this is
Panama? I think more so this is a diss on Panama.
That you are dissing Panama right now. I think.
Yeah, a little bit, just because Panama, they're a great team. Don't get me wrong, and I think maybe top 3 right now in CONCACAF. But still, in that many games, they played four games in the Gold Cup, and that last one really rubbed me the wrong way, man. That loss against Honduras really rubbed me the wrong way. And, I would like to think they will learn from that. But I think it'd be really close. in a best of 7 against Guatemala. I think Panama wins it when it's all said and done. But like I'm thinking like game 6, game 7.
Okay.
In that one at least.
I kind of think Panama would take it in 5 as well, but I don't think they would blow the doors off Guatemala in any game.
No.
But okay, so we're down to we're doing 4 teams. What about Costa Rica? They beat Costa Rica in a best of 7? I don't think they do.
I don't think they do. Now Costa Rica impressed me. I really wish they had Ugalde in that last match. I really wish they did. But like with the full strength team, I think Costa Rica gets it too. Yeah.
You think they beat Honduras?
Yeah.
This is an interesting one. You think they beat Honduras in 7?
I do. Honduras is such a weird team, man.
They're such a
weird team. Like they are the best team in CONCACAF maybe when playing Mexico out of any team.
Correct.
But like you put them against anybody else, really? And they had a great Gold Cup run, got semifinals. But even then, like I still don't feel that great about them. That's a Pacers Thunder final right there.
Okay,
like, it's gonna go back and forth.
It's going to game 7 no matter what.
I think so. I think so. And we're gonna see like a crazy amount of fluke goals right there.
Then I think there's only one more team to discuss. Jamaica.
Go ahead.
Jamaica, Guatemala. 7-game series.
I really struggle with this one, man. I really struggle with it. Okay, post Gold Cup, Guatemala gets it, 100%. Pre Gold Cup, I would give it to Jamaica. Right? I mean, they played Guatemala right before 1-3-0. Yes, it was nowhere near a full strength Guatemalan team, but then you have the Gold Cup and current stage Jamaica. Oh man, I just can't do it. I can't sit here and say that Jamaica would win. Would 100% win in a best of 7 against Guatemala. Unfortunately.
So that means we have Guatemala as the 7th or 8th best team in CONCACAF, which I think is accurate.
That's fair. Oh yeah, I'm okay with that.
We don't have time today to discuss. Well, what about Suriname? They play them 7 times. Suriname would take a couple games. What about the Dominicans? I know they beat them recently, but that's a good series too. I mean, let's just say they're the 7th best team in CONCACAF. For Guatemala, that's pretty freaking good, and they should be feeling like they can qualify, given that ranking.
Yeah.
So, I think they're about to be in a good spell.
We might get comments saying better than that, right? We had that. We did the preview predictions for Guatemala, Canada, and if you're a Guatemalan fan watching this video and you watch that video as well, you without a doubt are watching that with a very negative lens. But most of the comments were saying essentially, "Fuck you, Guatemala's better than Canada," and I want to be sure that Guatemalans watching this are like, let's look at this with a very realistic lens. Can they be better than Canada in one game? Yeah, I don't know if they were 100% better, but they won the game. That's all that matters. But in the long run, no. I like Guatemala. I think you're right when you really think about it. Can they get higher in a year or two? Can we be sitting here saying that they're going to be better than Costa Rica, Panama? No.
They could
really
at best put the Honduras and Jamaica comparisons to bed. I think that's the absolute ceiling for Guatemala. Is we're all sitting at the dinner table and we're like, they are better than Honduras. They are better than Jamaica. But I don't think we're ever going to be like, yeah, they're on the same level as Panama. I mean, like, let's not disrespect Thomas Christensen and his legacy. Guatemala have a long way to go before they get to enter that conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. And, I think like football media, football Twitter, whatever, YouTube channels like us, whatever, we all fall victim to how fast CONCACAF is getting better. Because it's exponentially better than any period before, like in terms of how quick the improvement's going, right? So as a result, we're sitting here. Mexico and USA have had decades to be at this level, right? Even you could even make the argument for Canada. Canada has years to go, many years to go till they're on that level. The same applies for Guatemala. You can't have a good Gold Cup and all of a sudden be this top team. And the future is good there. The future, it could be really good, but as of right now, I don't.